welcome back to Score on Business. Our next guest is Matt Tenney, who served in leadership roles in the Marines. He has 2 books that he's written and is a professional speaker on the topic of servant leadership. And thank you for being here, Matt.
Oh, my pleasure, Pete.
Yeah, thanks for your service. Yeah. So tell us why servant leadership is so important to you.
Well, this idea of serving others is something that's very personal for me, partly because I started off life being rather selfish, and I still have quite a few selfish tendencies that I see every day manifesting in different ways, and working hard to overcome that. But really there was a big shift for me during my time in the Marine Corps, and it was actually a result of the greatest failure of my life. So about 2.5 years into my career in the Marine Corps, I attempted kind of a shortcut to success, and I attempted a fraud against the government. So I ended up spending the last 5.5 years of my time in the Marine Corps in military confinement in a military prison. And at first, of course, that was the most terrible experience of my life, without a doubt. But after about 6 months to a year, I started realizing what got me there, and it was just short-sightedness and selfishness. And I also started, I just happened to very fortunately started learning about a simple practice called mindfulness training, and went very deep with that practice. It's a way of training the mind to be more emotionally intelligent, and also it helps to overcome selfishness. So I went about as deep as you can with that practice, and ended up living and training as a monk for the last 3 years that I was there. I kind of transformed the brig into a monastery of sorts. And then after leaving the brig, I actually went and lived in a quote-unquote real monastery, and trained with real monks. And I actually almost decided to become a monk for the rest of my life, because what caught me about the practice is that it's all about giving up our own short-term self-interest, our selfishness, and just being completely devoted to serving others. And I realized that that is what makes life truly rich, truly meaningful. So that focus on serving others has been my focus ever since. So I ended up deciding not to become a monk and just trying to find out how I can serve out here in the quote-unquote real world. And ended up co-founding and leading 2 small nonprofit organizations, and saw the power of when we make this focus towards serving others, not only in our family or in our community, but with the team members that we work with, that all of a sudden you see that team members are significantly more engaged, and they do much better work. And so that led me to think, well, maybe I could make a bigger impact on society if I worked to inspire leaders of organizations to make a similar shift. Not that everybody was probably as selfish as I was, or is as selfish as I was, but if we can continue to move in that direction of being more focused on serving, what I found and wrote about in the book through research is that, and in my own experience as well, is that you actually tend to have much better outcomes from a business side of things, not just the personal satisfaction as well.
Well, here's the thing. So many business leaders are focused on key performance indicators and the numbers and all of that, but what gets things done is the human spirit. And what you're talking about is tapping into that, and when people are engaged and feel that they're valued and see, it just makes all the difference.
Definitely. Yeah. And there are many examples of that. Businesses over the long term tend to significantly outperform their counterparts that don't focus on serving their team members.
Yes. So, hey, we'll take a break and get right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back in just a moment.